Welcome to Championship Wrestling 84. I'm Gordon Soley, your host, and with me today, of course, Barbara Clara and Buddy Colt. We've got some great matches upcoming for you, and Barbara, the Take 5 is most unusual.
That's right. We have a special feature this week on the Lords of the Ring, which isn't unusual, but what is finally we're going to find out who is going to be there and what matches will be there. I also have the CWF date for this week. Starting out, we have tonight at the Bayfront Center in St. Pete. Tuesday, the 5th of June, at the Lee County Civic Center in Fort Myers, the Junkyard Dog will be there. Friday, the 8th of June, at Leesburg High School, Dusty Rhodes will be there. And Saturday, the 9th of June, at the Jacksonville Coliseum, Dusty Rhodes will go up against the One-Man Gang in a lights-out match.
Okay, all of that and much, much more upcoming during the next hour. And, Buddy, we've got new U.S. Tag Team Champions.
That's right. A grueling match in Sarasota last week. Mike Rotundo and Barry Windham regained the United States Heavyweight Tag Team Championship. Also, stay tuned for a big main event here on TV today. Very seldom do we have a title match on TV, but today, the return of Angelo Mosca. Mike Rotundo will be defending his Southern Heavyweight Championship against Angelo Mosca here on TV today.
And that will be a one-fall, 20-minute time limit match. And, of course, as you know, last week, Billy Jack very rapidly signed a contract for $50,000 to meet superstar Billy Graham in a full Nelson versus full Nelson kind of match. When he signed the contract, he neglected to read one of the paragraphs in the contract that said that he must beat superstar Billy Graham first in an arm wrestling contest. We will have indeed that arm wrestling contest on this program later on today. Also, we'll be talking and watching Blackjack Mulligan in action. We'll be seeing Ron Bass and Bart in action, also the Guerrero brothers. So it's going to be a tremendous hour indeed. And we're going to start it off with one of the most charismatic wrestlers I've ever had the opportunity of knowing. He's been an athlete all of his life, an outstanding competitor, and certainly has made some tremendous inroads in professional wrestling. I'm referring, of course, to the Junkyard Dog. And we're going to go to this videotape match of the Junkyard Dog. Let's watch him in action.
This is the story of famous dog. For the dog that chases its tail will be busy. He's a clapping dog. Rhythm dog. A mighty dog. House dog. Street dog. Dogs of the world unite.
All right, the Junkyard Dog moving out against Mr. Olympia. And the Junkyard Dog wastes no time when he hits the ring. When he moves out.
You know, what I have seen of the Junkyard Dog, he has practically an unblemished record in professional wrestling. Big, strong, powerful, and very fast and agile. He has Mr. Olympia up now. It looks like he's going for a full power slam. And very few people come up from a power slam such as that.
Well, you said it. He said he was fast, and he is fast indeed. He just wiped out Mr. Olympia in near record time. Championship Wrestling this coming Wednesday night will be held in Sunrise at the Sunrise Musical Theater. It will not be held in Miami Beach, but in Sunrise at the Sunrise Musical Theater. In a walking tall tag team match, the Junkyard Dog and Blackjack Mulligan take on Cowboy Ron Bass and the One-Man Gang. In a special challenge match, Billy Jack goes up against Kevin Sullivan. In a Southern title return match, it'll be Mike Rotundo against Angelo Mosca. In a special event, Chief Joe Lightfoot and Barry Windham take on Chavo and Hector Guerrero. Big Daddy faces superstar Graham. There will be 2 other matches. And now let's listen to these comments from Barbara Clary.
Miércoles, el 6 de junio, a las 8 de la noche, en el Sunrise Musical Theater de Fort Lauderdale, la lucha libre campeones presentará el Junkyard Dog y Blackjack Mulligan contra Vaquero Ron Bass y el One-Man Gang y 6 luchas más. Miércoles, el 6 de junio, a las 8 de la noche, en el Sunrise Musical Theater de Fort Lauderdale.
Well, Wednesday night in the Sunrise Musical Theater, Billy Jack, you've got the devil himself, Kevin Sullivan.
You know, Gordon Soley, every professional wrestler has human feelings. We're just human beings like everybody else. Now, Kevin Sullivan, I seen what you've done to Dusty Rhodes when I first arrived here in Florida, and I seen the stunt you pulled with Blackjack Mulligan. Now, I've got you in the ring. It's going to be you and me And for Blackjack and for Dusty, yeah, I'm going to go for you like I've never gone for anybody before, brother. You better be ready. It's not going to go out there and be hug, kiss, bug, whatever you want to do, man. It's going to be out there in the street, and I'm going to go for your butt tonight, brother.
It's all going to happen this coming Wednesday night in Fort Lauderdale at the Sunrise Musical Theater. Advance tickets, of course, are available at the Sunrise Musical Theater. We invite you to get your tickets early, and don't forget, of course, the big Lord of the Rings matches upcoming June 30th at the Orange Bowl. It's a pleasure to welcome back to Championship Wrestling 84 a great, great athlete. I'm referring, of course, to Angelo Mosca, holder of 5 Grey Cup rings from the Canadian Football League, for over a decade, named the All-Pro Athlete in Canada, and, of course, has made tremendous inroads in professional wrestling. And first of all, before I welcome you back, how's young Angelo doing?
Young Angelo's doing very, very good. First of all, I want to say, hey, Paisano, Seneca, come here. You know, this is one great athlete, this young fella right here. He reminds me so much of my son. But, you know, I'm kind of disappointed in a sense, Mike. It's good to see you, Mike. See you, Angelo. You know, all the inroads to professional wrestling, I taught you the hard times. You know, we're Italians. We have a lot of love in our hearts for each other. But when I was at the meeting the other day signing this contract, Mike, I was kind of disappointed because us Sicilians do things face to face. We just don't take a piece of paper and fold it up and send it in the mail.
I apologize. I couldn't be there. But I had made it personal to get there, and the contract is there and it's signed. I'm just sorry I couldn't be there. I had a prior commitment, and that's the way it is. I apologize.
Well, I'll accept that, but Mike, I assume we forget. Let's go, baby.
Okay, all right, there you have it. Angelo Mosca getting set to go against Mike Rotundo, the Southern Heavyweight Championship on the line. This match, one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, in the far corner, the Southern Heavyweight Champion at 241 pounds from Syracuse, Mike Rotundo. His challenger at 265 pounds, the Italian stallion, Angelo Mosca. All right. A handshake at the very beginning of the match, and obviously that slight misunderstanding very quickly cleared up between these two great Italian competitors, and this promises to be a tremendous match indeed, buddy.
Well, it really will be a great match, Gordon. There is quite a contrast in the actual styles of these two men. Mike Rotundo being, of course, twice All-American, a great amateur athlete, also a great professional wrestler. And you can see this drop toe hold here, and how quickly he rolls right over. And here is Angelo Mosca coming over the front chancery on him and going to the ring. But Mosca being in the Canadian Football Hall of Fame, of course, Angelo Mosca has a little age, experience, and weight and size on Mike Rotundo. However, Mike Rotundo offsets that with his uncanny skill and knowledge of professional wrestling. So many chain moves and reactions there. Just a great wrestling combination here. And there's Angelo Mosca coming up with the head scissors, and I'm quite sure that Mike Rotundo will be able to counter this. I have never seen Mike Rotundo where he couldn't counter just about any move in wrestling.
Rotundo trying to come out of that head scissors, does so, slips up on the body, gets the side headlock, but Mosca very quickly goes back to the full head scissors. Remember now, this match is one fall with a 20-minute time limit, a 20-minute time limit. Mosca pressing the advantage now on Mike Rotundo. Rotundo, the defending Southern Heavyweight Champion.
Well, this is quite a match for Angelo Mosca to come back to Florida, coming right back on TV with a Southern title match. Oh, I would like to take this chance to wish Miss Lorraine Thorworth a happy birthday and to say hello to Captain Rolfe and the crew aboard the MS Boheme in Miami and to welcome them to their new home in St. Petersburg.
Toe hold by Mosca broken up by Rotundo. Rotundo back on his feet. Sizes his man carefully.
Well, this is Angelo Mosca
Go ahead.
with an overhand wrist lock, and looks like Mike Rotundo is turning this into a test of strength. Both trying to gain an advantage here, and it seems like Mike Rotundo he edged him out and coming up with an armbar.
All right, so it's Mosca on the canvas now. Rotundo holding the advantage position. And Mosca tempted momentarily, but voluntarily broke a hold that possibly would have been looked at somewhat askance by the referee, Phil Alfonso. Good move by Rotundo in behind his man. Rolling reverse on Mosca. Mosca breaks it up. Those tremendously powerful legs. Rotundo had no chance of keeping that hold on him. Remember now, the Southern Heavyweight Championship on the line. We're seeing the return of Angelo Mosca. Good move by Rotundo, but it had very little effect on Mosca. Did not have the full impact, however. He only had a single leg in there as opposed to a double and a drop kick.
That's right. Then I believe Angelo Mosca saw that coming, and he stepped back just as Mike Rotundo went into the air for that drop kick. You have to be very cautious with a drop kick. Many times when the man steps back and you don't make that impact on his chest or wherever you're trying for, you lose your momentum and you fall onto the back of your own head, which can temporarily daze you, and I have seen many matches lost this way when a man underestimates his opponent, tries a flying move or an aerial move, and he misses his target, and thus causing his own defeat. This does happen, and Angelo Mosca is a very smart wrestler, and he can sense things coming. He has so much experience, and he's so ring-wise. Right now, here is Mike Rotundo with his full arm bar, just putting the pressure on. And Angelo Mosca is such a powerful man. This is not a submission hold. It's a hold designed to wear you down.
Good move, and it's Rotundo opening up on Mosca now. Been an interesting situation of move and counter move between these two. Both men of fine Italian heritage.
We know, Gordon, ever since the beginning of the match, it seems like Mike Rotundo is trying to concentrate on that left arm, trying to get one part of the body weakened up where you can have a decided advantage.
Quick forearm by Mosca, and Rotundo retaliates. And Mosca shaking his head and looking with Rotundo with a little more respect, I am sure. Up into those ropes once again. And again, it's Mosca catching him on the break, and Rotundo fires back. Got to remember, Mosca will try you. He'll test you in every way possible, and he's not much for giving you any kind of an edge in the ring.
Well, you know, Gordon, all the years I was wrestling, many times I would do things that wouldn't actually hurt my opponent, something just to try and anger them, get them excited. Once your opponent loses his cool, so to speak, he's going to be more prone to make a mistake, leave himself open. And these little forearms coming off the ropes that Angelo Mosca is doing here is, I'd say, it's more designed to irritate his opponent, perhaps make him blow his cool, to just forget what he's doing and to throw a caution to the wind and leave himself wide open. And Angelo Mosca being a veteran, a real ring general, this is a good strategy on his part. I believe Mike Rotundo is smart enough to realize this, and he's keeping his wits about him.
Uh-oh. And Mosca that time. A little payback on the part of Angelo Mosca. Misses with an elbow. The drop kick by Rotundo. Rotundo closes in again. And Mosca was doing exactly that, some psychological warfare. As we've said so many times, friendship goes out the window once you step inside. Ooh, brother. Rotundo, hurtling through, went right through the air onto the concrete outside, and Rotundo having some problems getting up. Mosca started to come outside, thought better of it, backed off. Mosca backing off. Rotundo coming up very slowly, coming through the ring. Ooh! Mosca caught him coming through those ropes. Put the boots to him. He's got those fronts. He's got a pinfall. He's got a pinfall, but brother, did he have a grip on those fronts? Angelo Mosca really had a grip on those fronts. Well, the referee could not have seen it, and so judgment call on the part of the referee. Angelo Mosca has just won the Southern Heavyweight Championship. We'll be back with our special in just a moment.
weeknights at...
There's nothing like the atmosphere of a stadium. Here in the press box at Tampa Stadium, you can almost feel the excitement of thousands of fans cheering for Super Bowl 84 and the anticipation of the USFL playoffs, which are going to be held here in July. That same anticipation is being felt right now in Miami, because on June 30th, the Orange Bowl is going to host one of the most incredible wrestling extravaganzas ever to be held, not only in Florida, but in the whole world. Let's go to Gordon Soling now and hear more about it.
Well, thank you, Barbara. I think now many of you can begin to sense the immensity, the enormity of what is going to take place at the Orange Bowl on June 30th in the Lord of the Rings contest. But let me give you a rundown of all of the matches that will take place on that most monumental night of professional wrestling. First of all, in the opening match, it will be Mike Fever going up against Golden Boy Gray. Then Denny Brown takes on Hector Guerrero, the Florida Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. Jerry Lawler, the self-proclaimed king of wrestling, takes on the one-man gang, and that'll be a special match, a one-fall 30-minute time limit. The king versus the giant, basically. Mike Graham takes on Chavo Guerrero, a $5,000 added purse for this particular match. It'll be Chief Joe Lightfoot going up against Mr. Electricity himself, Dick Slater, in a special event. And in a six-man tag team match, Wahoo McDaniel, the Boogeyman Jimmy Valiant, and the Junkyard Dog face Angelo Mosca, Cowboy Ron Bass, and Black Bart. Also, in a $50,000 full Nelson versus full Nelson match, Billy Jack takes on the superstar Billy Graham, managed, of course, now by Sir Oliver Humperdinck. Then the United States Tag Team Championship goes on the line. Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, the U.S. Tag Team Champions, defending their titles against the National Tag Team Champions, the Road Warriors. And finally, the Lord of the Ring, the $100,000 added purse, Dusty Rhodes going up against Ric Flair. 2 out of 3 falls. There must be a winner. The winner, of course, to receive, in addition to the $100,000, the Lord of the Ring 18-karat gold and diamond studded ring. Now then, for a match of this magnitude, of this spectacular quality, the National Wrestling Alliance and Championship Wrestling from Florida has called upon one man and one man alone to be the special referee for this match. Recently retired, this man has been co-holder of the World Tag Team Championship. He has held the North American Championship. He and his son have held the Florida Tag Team Championship, the Georgia Tag Team Championship. I can name regional titles the world over that this man has held. One of the most respected and revered men in professional wrestling for the last over a decade has been dedicating his life not only to the sport of wrestling, and now since retiring even more so to the idea of promulgating the youth of our state of Florida. One of the founders of the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch, former member directors on the boys clubs, the Big Brothers, and I could go on and on and on about this man's credentials. Certainly a legend in his own time. He will be the special referee for this match. I'd like to bring him to Mike's side at this time to get his comments and his viewpoint about this most important match upcoming at the Orange Bowl, June 30th. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my sincere pleasure to introduce Eddie Graham.
Thank you very much, Gordon. After all those eloquent words, there's not too much left to do except to get on with this monumental contest. And I must say that when I was approached, when Bob Geigel contacted me about the possibility of officiating this match, I had to do some serious soul searching, because as you know, as my good friend for so many years, I've approached almost everything in my life as being very serious, and I must say, in all honesty, that this is no doubt one of the most important undertakings of my life, because I know what it means to each of these contestants. I know the hours they spend in the gymnasium and training and all their lives to be something. And this is going to be looked back on for years as a precedent, if you will, for the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, the Lords of the Ring. And And so I'm approaching this as probably one of the most serious events of my life. And it goes without saying, I'm going to do the very best job I possibly can. And it's exciting. I feel excitement somehow like I did the first time I wrestled in Madison Square Garden or some big event. You know what I mean? I feel very excited about it. And once I made a decision that I would do it, I guess I'm really plunging myself into it, and I'm very excited about it and looking forward. And it's going to be a great contest. And as you said, there must be a winner. And that puts quite a responsibility on an official, just as it does in any great contest, whether it be boxing, football, etc. It's that official that finally declares a winner. And there must be a winner in this one, so I know the contestants are going to do their best, and I'm certainly going to be doing mine.
Eddie, let me ask you this. Would you think, in your opinion, over the years that you've been associated in professional wrestling, that this probably is going to be the biggest night of professional wrestling in the history of the United States?
Well, I'd go one step further and say probably in the entire world. It really is. To bring together all of these participants and contestants in one night, and with what's riding on this monetarily and for pride and all worldwide. And, of course, you know, athletes, I mean, even though they're professionals, as I can well tell you, I competed for the sake of competing. And the monetary thing was sort of a barometer of how good I was. So they're competing for not just because they're professionals, but they want to prove they're the best. So with all of that in mind, I would probably say this is probably one of the biggest events that's ever taken place worldwide in professional wrestling.
Thank you so very much. On June 30th, Eddie Graham will be stepping into that squared circle to be the sole official in this match between Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes. The winner, the Lord of the Rings. Now back to you, Barbara.
It's going to be an incredible main event. When Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair meet, the sparks always fly, but the added incentive of the ring and the $100,000 purse is going to make this one of the hottest matches ever seen in Florida. Now let's go to Dusty Rhodes and hear what he has to say.
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream in the Meadowlands in New Jersey and New York there with Dusty Rhodes has witnessed one of the greatest sports contests in all the world, and this building, seen them all, great wrestlers, United Champions, but in the Orangeburg, Miami Beach, it's a great honor for Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, to go for the gold, go for the ring. $100,000 added, 2 out of 3 falls from me and Ric Flair. Eddie Graham, a great wrestler and a fair man that he is, will referee this great event, probably the greatest event ever in wrestling throughout this world. And Miami Beach, the Lords of the Ring, it's been called. It's for the $10,000, $15,000 ring on this given night. The champion of champions will be crowned. I'm the best at what I do if I win this thing on this given night, just like the great Super Bowl teams, the great NBA playoff teams, the great World Series teams. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream against Ric Flair. It's going to be a night to remember in the history of wrestling throughout this world. Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair, Lords of the Ring.
We've heard comments from Dusty Rhodes. Now let's listen to Ric Flair.
From Miami, Florida, June 30th, Saturday night, the biggest sporting spectacular of all time. Lords of the Ring. The night champions of champions meet each other. I'm talking about Dusty Rhodes, and we're talking about Ric Flair, the world heavyweight wrestling champion. Custom made from head to toe. A $15,000 ring that makes me the baddest of all time. And $100,000 cash to win. And you think about it, you know Ric Flair has always got to have the best. A $15,000 championship ring. Woo! The Lord of the Ring. That's me. They're paying me more money to come to Miami than any promotion has ever laid out for any world champion. I'm going to be there, Dusty Rhodes. Woo! Miami, we're going to turn it on. I'm taking the ring and the $100,000 home. Woo!
Now let's go to Gordon Soley talking with Kevin Sullivan.
I want to take a couple of moments right now to talk to Kevin Sullivan, because I certainly believe that this man, as well as everybody else, realizes the magnitude and the importance of the matches that are upcoming on June 30th at the Orange Bowl, the Lord of the Rings. And I thought it might be interesting for the wrestling fans to perhaps get your candid view of the situation.
Well, Gordon Soley, as you know, I've wrestled all over the world, whether it's been Tokyo, New New Zealand, Australia, all over. And the magnitude of this match, even to me, is astounding. You look at it, you have a salt and pepper jam. You have Chief Wahoo McDaniels, a Super Bowl player himself. You have the Junkyard Dog, and you have the Boogie Woogie Man in a salt and pepper jam against Angelo Mosca, a Grey Cup winner, a Hall of Famer himself, Bart and Bass. You have the Lord of the Rings. I'm going to give the man credit right now. Only himself could bring this magnitude here to Miami. The electricity is in the air. I can feel it. It's like the first time Muhammad Ali fought Sonny Liston in Miami Beach, and it was the biggest upset. Only Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair are going to decide that night, as you have said in your own words, who is the best in professionally wrestling that night. But now I want to get down to the hardcore fact. You know, I have done some strange things in the past that people cannot understand and cannot figure out, and it has nothing to do with them figuring out, because I understand everything. But the biggest surprise is the Road Warriors have come to me. I did not come to them. They came to me and asked if they could be on this extravaganza. For only one exception they asked for. They asked for Barry Windham and Mike Rotundo, and it's for all the marbles. It's the National Tag Team Champions wrestling the United States Tag Team Champions in the Orange Bowl. That enough should sell out any building, any stadium in the world. And then when you put everything on top of that, bringing Eddie Graham back as a special referee, the man is a Hall of Famer. There are more people in that card there that are Hall of Famers in two sports than in any sporting event in the history of wrestling. And I just want to say this, Gordon Soley. When it comes to the Lord of the Rings, June 30th, in the Orange Bowl, I have a big, shocking surprise for Windham and Rotundo.
Time is drawing near for one of the most exciting nights of wrestling ever seen, not only in Miami, not only in Florida, but all over the world. Gordon Soley has joined me here in the press box at the Tampa Stadium. Gordon, do you have anything to add?
Well, certainly, I think, Barbara, the fact that we've heard from the principals, I think that the earlier comments we've heard, it's not only the added $100,000, but I think the Lord of the Rings, that championship ring, as we've seen it in the World Series over the years, in the Super Bowls over the years, the privilege and the knowing that you were the one who was capable of wearing that particular ring means that on that particular given time in history that you were absolutely number one. And I think that certainly is the sum and substance of what this is all going to be about on June 30th.
That's right. It's a singular sport, and they certainly are singular men. Lord of the Rings is coming June 30th. Don't miss it.
To have back with us here on Championship Wrestling, a gentleman who last week, frankly, all of us were exceedingly concerned about. I'm referring, of course, to Blackjack Mulligan, but welcome back.
Well, thank you, Gordon Soley. And contrary to a lot of belief, I am alive. I am standing here. I may not be so well, but I got something to say, and I've got to get it off my chest. And for the 5 assassins, everybody stop everything they're doing and get up real close. Because I want them to know this, and I want them to be thinking about this for the rest of their life, Gordon Soley. Kevin Sullivan, we have your phone number. I have your home address. I got your license plate. I got your number. I know everything about you. Now, Gordon, I understand there's a piece of tape here. I have not seen this. I was on the receiving end of this assassination, and it wasn't a tip, because I am still alive. Here I am right now, as I remember it, best I can recall. I'm doing a promo for St. Louis. I'm Rathenox Baker. Here comes the 5 assassins. It is nothing but an all-out brawl. I'm doing everything that I possibly can to defend myself. The man hit me with a light. They ganged up on me, all 5 of them. That's just about what it takes. Ronnie Bass. But worst of all, look at him putting the boots to me right there. Look at Ronnie Bass while they're holding me. And look at the devil. Black Bart, Molokai, and the gang. You would expect something like this from the devil. And from now on, and look at this piece of pipe, Gordon. This is what really finished me off at this point right now. Was like a 3-inch piece of pipe. This is really the last thing I remember. I can't make too many comments at this point. What happened, and there's the devil. That's what he's going to remember for the rest of his life, that last kick. It's the first time I've seen this, Gordon. They left me for dead. They left me laying. All the people in the United States are upset. All the people in the world upset. The rednecks, the hillbillies. I classify myself as a redneck and a hillbilly. Let's clear that up right now. The county sheriff is upset. The county coroner, the county hospital. Everybody's upset. Gordon, I understand you got something.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Blackjack. Everybody is upset indeed, and everybody has been tremendously concerned. We're also a little worried that maybe you're here in action a little bit too soon, but I'll tell you something. You got men like your son, Barry Windham, Dusty Rhodes, and another fellow, the Junkyard Dog, who certainly has let it be known in no uncertain terms that he is definitely in your corner. Let's listen to these comments right now from the Junkyard Dog.
You know, they say it's been a long time coming, but I know things are going to change. I was gone for a little while, but now I'm back. I had time to look over a few things, was doing things. Mulligan, I saw what happened to my man Mulligan. Let me take my hat off to him and to his family. Dusty Rhodes, I saw what happened to you. I've been seeing a lot of things. The code, the devil himself. You got all kind of idiots right here. Bobby Bad Bass, Kevin Sullivan. You can go, what, 293 pounds or 400 pounds, one-man game, this and that. But talk about the dog. Talk about the yellow dog. You talk about Billy Jack. You talk about that. You go on down the line. But the state of Florida, I'm here to stay. 293 pounds of nothing but blood station. And anybody needs the dog help, just go, hop, hop, and I'll be there. You heard the song? I'll be there. I'll be right here in Florida. Looking for each and every one of you. Anytime, any place. And anyway.
I'm going to tell you something, Gordon. I certainly appreciate those kind words from the dog. And I think if I was the gang and the devil, they're going to start coming out of the woodworks, my friends, because from this day forward, we're going to start walking tall. We're going to start talking a lot. We're going to start carrying a great big stick. And I got all 5 of you, brother, and some fateful night, you're going to be trying to go to sleep. You're going to have one eye open. You're going to get real tired, all 5 of you. You're going to wake up. I'm not going to be there. And one night, you're going to wake up, I'm going to be standing over you with this stick, and I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life, and brother, your tail is mine. I'm having a call for every redneck, every hillbilly, get you a pickup truck, get you some tobacco, get in line, because now is the time to get excited. Because now in the United States, there's a group of people that think they can control other people, and if we don't get up and unite right now, the devil's going to take control of this country, and we're not going to let him get your CBs, get your trucks, and we're going to destroy the devil, and I'll guarantee you, one by one, all 5 of them, they say I was finished, Gordon, but I ain't finished yet. Before this old heart goes out, 5 of them is going to be gone, brother.
Brother, he means exactly what he says, and after you saw what happened last week and you saw just a brief taste of it this week, Blackjack Mulligan is indeed seeking vengeance, and he's got friends seeking that vengeance with him. This match, 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. In the far corner then, at 280 pounds from Texas, Blackjack Knife, Golden Boy Gray attacking him before the bell. Golden Boy Gray right after him before the bell. And he's ripping across the eyes, taking every shortcut possible.
Boy, I think Golden Boy Gray just might have made the big mistake of his life. It takes a lot to get a man like Blackjack Mulligan down. He's tried that shortcut, like Gordon just said. You see the bandages across the chest of Blackjack Mulligan. This was where he was stabbed with some kind of a knife a few weeks ago. It looks like Golden Boy Gray just might have overstepped his bounds.
I think he has now, as Blackjack Mulligan very definitely taking control of the situation. And the Golden Boy outside the ring and in trouble. Blackjack Mulligan right after him. Wow. got the claw on the Golden Boy. And Blackjack Mulligan hauling the Golden Boy right back into the ring. He's got the claw hold on him. And if Blackjack Mulligan is the worse for wear for what's happened, the Golden Boy. That pressure in the Golden Boy now. Lacerated in the head. And the Golden Boy falling victim to the claw. And he's got a bad laceration. Whether that was from the claw hitting that concrete wall, I don't know. But the Golden Boy in a lot of trouble as, Blackjack Mulligan is walking tall indeed. Championship Wrestling returns to Fort Lauderdale in the Sunrise Musical Theater on Wednesday night, June 6th. That'll be Wednesday night, June 6th. In a walking tall pound, Mike Davis. They're going up against the 305-pound Black Bart and the 280-pound Cowboy Ron Bass. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
You know, Gordon, I don't think I would want to be any of the 5 men that are on the list of Blackjack Mulligan. I don't think I'd even want to be out anywhere alone in the state of Florida with the way the people in Florida are feeling about these men after what they did.
That's certainly the truth, buddy. I'll tell you what. A lot of people would like to see these 5 go down in defeat. And if I know Blackjack Mulligan, he will turn him down. Good move by Cowboy Ron Bass as Chief Joe Lightfoot came off that rope, tried to catch him, and Bass closing in on him very quickly. Bass gets the Irish whip on Lightfoot. Misses with the elbow. Lightfoot makes the tag with Mike Davis. Mike Davis charges the ring and explodes on him. Vertical body block by Mike Davis, broken up by Black Bart, and there's Chief Joe Lightfoot breaking that up as well. Mike Davis fought as they double-teamed him before the count. Count of 3. The count of 3. Buddy Colt is going to go over an interview of Black Bart and Cowboy Ron Bass. Let me say a special hi to John and Betty Cooper and to Pops Ralph. John and Betty Cooper and Pop in Newport Richie. Now let's turn it over to Buddy Colt.
Ron, you are one of the perpetrators of this attack on Blackjack Mulligan, and you're one of the 5 men on his list.
On his list? It seems like Blackjack Mulligan's got a short remembering. People don't remember when he took a shot at J.J. Dillon. People don't remember when he comes into the ring with cheers, with clubs, and things like that. People forget that. But let us do something to you a little bit, Mulligan. You go cry. Well, I'm going to tell you something, boy. I'm proud of what happened. I'm glad it happened to you. You had it coming, boy. And furthermore, I ain't running from you, Mulligan. Anytime that you feel froggy, boy, you come and jump on the big cowboy, okay? Anytime, Mulligan. We're waiting.
Well, he says he's proud of what he did, but I think he better sleep with it on one eye open. We'll be back.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert timing. There was funky China men.
You know, Mr. Sully, I'm a great fan of arm wrestling. This is going to be a classic conversation. Superstar Billy Graham and Billy Jack. I wasn't anywhere in the world. If it's all right with you and Mr. Cole, can I sit out here and observe and give a little commentary? You know, I know a lot about arm wrestling. I've trained personally with the world husband and wife champions of the arm wrestling of the world, Rick and Debbie Poston, are the arm wrestling champions of the world. These men are in the same class. Referee's putting the powder on their hand for a grip and sweat gets down in there. They put the powder in the hand just so the men can stay together. That's an important part of arm wrestling is the grip, because the 2 men have to stay together. Anytime during the match, if they come apart, the referee starts it all over.
The one-man gang has joined us here at the desk, as you can tell, and the chalk has been put
They're going for the grip. Superstar wants that perfect grip. Both men trying to get the best grip they can get. That's one of the most important parts. These men, look at both men's body, man. They train hours upon hours in a gymnasium. Unbelievable. Superstar 22 3/4, possibly 23-inch biceps. Look at Billy Jack. I mean, just look at, there they go.
They're in it.
Started it. They started it.
The referee called for it. Were they ready? They said yes. And it is superstar Billy Graham.
Unbelievable, man. Look at the biceps. It's training. This is man against man, blood against blood. It's unbelievable. Look at superstar. Come on, man. I don't want to be on that. Come on, man.
Superstar Billy Graham beginning to catch the edge. No, sir. It's Billy Jack. Billy Jack really putting the pressure on the superstar Billy Graham now. Billy Jack continues to put that pressure on him. He's got it. He's got it. No, sir, he didn't.
He's almost got it.
Again, superstar Billy Graham. Pressing onward and upward, and it is superstar Billy Graham. Look at these men strain. Look at the strain on these two men. He's got Billy Jack in trouble. Billy Jack straining backwards once again. Billy Jack. Billy Jack. Billy Jack. And he looks like he's got it. He's got it. Billy Jack has just won the right to that $50,000 contract. Wait a minute. The one-man gang just went over there and charged Billy Jack, and it is the superstar crashing Billy Jack in it. And it is, oh no. Oh. Came right down across the hand of Billy Jack. And Billy Jack writhing in agony. Billy Jack just absolutely writhing in agony as he caught him right across the hand with the leg of that table. He totally demolished that table. And, well, we'll be back. We'll be back in just a moment. He may have a bust in the hand.
Well, let's hope his hand's not broken, because if it is, then he's out of wrestling.
And there goes that $50,000 situation. Well, what can I say other than Billy Jack did win the right, but what a price he paid. We'll see you next week.